Are you team summer or team fall? Summer can be carefree and lovely, but autumn is just so cozy with movies like You've Got Mail or diving into Halloween stuff, making apple crisp, just so many things. But the switch can be challenging and it can leave us with some bad habits. And then life gets chaotic. So let's dive into the best ways to bridge the transition from fun to fall. This video is part of the Autumn Motivation collaboration with some awesome creators to help simplify life for fall. So stay tuned for the playlist for some great inspiration. One of the loveliest and yet craziest things about summer is the complete lack of structure. So I'm all for, hey, let's go to the beach, kids getting up at 2 p.m. But that can actually get exhausting after a while, and it can start to leave us feeling kind of uneasy. And creating a nice, robust schedule seems like the right thing to do, but that can be problematic too. Too much can leave us feeling overscheduled, too busy, and exhausted. I love to take time to truly look at what my family and I are committed to. So quite often, their commitments bleed into my commitments and are not always good for everyone involved. Now, I like to make a list of what activities and commitments my family has, who is impacted, and if any tweaks can be made. And deleting things is my absolute favorite. There's also something to be said for dropping those beautiful children off at school. And the cozy, increasingly crisp evenings watching Gilmore Girls and Harry Potter. And it's not just those scheduled activities that need to be evaluated. We foster kittens in the summer, and it is a full family deal. And I love that. It teaches everyone in the house how to care for little ones, even Grumpy Plumpkin Seed, but it's actually very busy. There are vet appointments, supplies to pick up, multiple litter box cleanings, food, paperwork, etc. Sometimes I get frustrated when I have a surprise drop off, or it is traumatic when a kitten gets sick or passes away. Now, I found that the compromise of doing this is just to do it from May to October because it gives us something to look forward to, kittens and all the adorableness. And it also allows us to enjoy a very short fall season with some rest and peace and way less litter boxes. I don't want a chaotic life. I want time to reflect and I want to simplify and slow down. Another great and not great thing about summer is the food. I mean, I love food. I love tomatoes. I love corn. I love ice cream for dinner, all of the things, but I don't love the lack of schedule. And we'll end up doing way more takeout, way less healthy meals, and sometimes even just skipping meals. And it is totally chaotic for a lack of planning. Now, I adore getting back to the fall routine of the simpler schedule, as I mentioned above, but also this allows for more structured meals. Sounds like a simple solution, but sometimes I just don't do great with this. I will mentally prepare my meal plan, but then I will forget what I want to make, which is hilarious that I have done this so many times and yet I continue to. I need to write stuff down, and I just am not great with remembering anything. Or I will go to make some delicious Greek chicken and salad, but then I realize I don't have the correct ingredients like garlic or tomatoes, and then we end up ordering takeout or eating some other unhealthy meal. I feel like I'm wasting my money and guilty that I'm a terrible mother because I feed my kids too much fast food. No, I truly make myself sit down on the weekend and I just plan it out. And often I will just write it down in my planner or I put it in the Plan to Eat app. They are not sponsoring this video, but I love this app because I just see the ingredients I need and I just plan the whole week and it has the whole recipe in there, everything. It is just so convenient. And then I save myself the stress and frazzle and I can get on with cooking and most importantly, eating so I can get cozy with my cup of tea and a book. And nothing says summer like a cool tank top or lightweight skirt. But as I start longing for comfy sweatshirts, I can kind of dread switching my clothes around. Now, you know the daunting task of facing your closet. I used to hate it. I would find things that I never wore, or I could barely access things because my closet was so stuffed. So I started doing a clothing purge a few times a year, and it has been absolutely lovely. Now, I know it can be soul crushing or sad to see that you have gained weight or that things are worn. And at first, I would get completely overwhelmed and I would not know what to do. But now I just go in and I ruthlessly remove clothes that don't fit because I am not wearing them and I am over whatever is in those drawers. I know it can be overwhelming, so I will link my clothing decluttering playlist down below. And it feels so good to have my cozy clothes at the ready to enjoy those crisp morning drop-offs and walks with friends. Let's spend less time on TV and more time doing other activities. Now, I live on Vancouver Island and it rains a lot here during the non-summer months. Now, one thing I don't like about getting back to the routine is that sometimes I spend way too much time on screens when I can't be outside. And even if we decide we want to get off screens, it can be really hard. Now, I have tried a lot of things, changing the color on my phone so that it's only black and white, setting limits, hiding my phone, which can be very hard to do from yourself. I actually used to just put it in a drawer in my dining room, which did kind of work. And lately, one of the things I have been doing is actually taking all of the social media apps off of my phone. So then I'm not basically all I'm like checking is email and stuff like that. But even then, it can be a problem. So instead, I thought I need to look at this in a different way. What can I bring in that can replace the screen time? And I have adopted some very cozy habits that are actually working really well. I'm actually gardening more. Yes, fall gardening. I love it. It's so wonderful. Right now, we're still a bit of a summer, obviously, but it's a bit of a fall day. It's an odd August, slightly cool day. I love the idea of adopting more hobbies. Believe it or not, I just love canning me some meals. I just did a bunch of potatoes yesterday. They got a little mushy, but that's fine. That's fine. It's just the variety I used. I love reading. I have been obsessed with reading lately, and I've actually read 27 books this year. I now take my work breaks and I read before bed, and there is just nothing cozier than taking a nice break, putting my phone across the room where it belongs, grabbing a cup of tea and just reading. It's just the sweetest rest, and time is easier and life is sweeter. The kids are back in school. Evenings are just so lovely, crisp, and everything is back in order. Now, remember to check out the Autumn Motivation playlist. You're going to be so motivated to do even more fall things and to get your life all in order. So stay tidy and mighty. I hope something great happens for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.